Okay, take a look at this problem on the board. Today we're going to talk about solving a system of equations by elimination. If you look at this system of equations, once again we have two equations with two variables, so we'll never be able to solve equations with two variables. Before we talked about solving systems by substitution, whereas if we have one of the variables by itself, if we solve for either x or y, we could substitute the resulting expression in for that variable. But if you look at this equation, we really don't have x or y by itself on either side of the equation. But there is another way that we can rewrite these two equations with two variables into one equation with one variable. If you take a look, you notice you have two x's and negative two x's. Well, what would happen if we added two x's and negative two x's? The x's would eliminate each other, right? Negative 2 and a positive 2 is 0x. And that's exactly how you could solve this system by elimination. If you add these two equations, 2x plus a negative 2x gives you 0x. 1y plus 3y's gives you 4y's. And 8 plus 16 gives you a 24. So if we simplify this expression, we're left with 4y equals 24. And if we want to get that y by itself, we could divide both sides by 4. And we have y equals 6. So now we know in the ordered pair that would satisfy this system of equations, the y value would be 6. And just like when we solve by elimination, now that we know that the y value is 6, we can plug 6 in for y into either equation and solve for x. So let's go with the top equation here, and we'll say 2 times x plus 6 equals 8. And now we have a two-step equation here. We want to solve for x. We want to get that x by itself. So we'll subtract 6 from both sides. It gives us 2x equals 2. And then we divide both sides by 2. Gives us an x equals 1. So the solution to this system of equations would be 1, 6. And we can check that solution plugging in 6 for the y, 1 for the x. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 6 makes 8. And also down here we can say that negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 3 times 6, 18. Negative 2 plus 18 is 16. So this solution checks and makes both equations true. So this would be the solution to this system. And we solved that by doing a process called elimination. We eliminated the x's by adding the two equations.